Disney Ranger Taisen 1. Final episode of Dino Thunder. Mesogog's island fortress has been destroyed. In the wreckage lies a jar containing the evil ninja master Lothor. Years later, at SPD headquarters, Boom is looking around an evidence locker for something. He finds a box labeled Watanabe. He ignores it, but as he leaves, the box tips over and a jar rolls out. The SPD Rangers are returning from their latest mission. They celebrate their victory, cheering and congratulating each other. Their joy is infectious. Kruger, Cat, and Boom join in their spontaneous party. Back in the evidence locker, we see the jar from earlier has a crack forming. The crack begins to glow, and suddenly it breaks open. An alarm sounds. A massive surge of energy was detected inside SPD. The Rangers assemble, unsure of what to expect. Kruger orders the Rangers to search the building. Z checks the evidence locker. She finds purple ooze around the door. She calls the others. They analyze the ooze, but they can't figure out why it's there. In the shadows, a dark figure lurks past unseen. Eventually, it makes it outside. It's Lothor, free once more. His new plan: find one of the Ninja Storm Rangers and steal their power. Lothor begins to walk through the city. He's bemused by the future. He sees some aliens walk past and he comments that they look familiar. He wanders to Piggy's diner. Piggy says it looks like he's looking for something. Lothor asks for a map. He wants to go to Blue Bay Harbor. Piggy gives him directions. It turns out it's not that far away, just through Reefside. Lothor walks off and Piggy is offended he didn't say thank you. Lothor walks past a sign welcoming him to Reefside. A ways into the small town, someone steps into his path. They're wearing a hood. Lothor can't see his face. Lothor demands to know who it is. The person just stands for a while before he finally speaks. I was afraid this day would come. He lifts his hood to reveal the face of Tommy Oliver. Lothor remembers who he is. You're the school teacher, the one who led that team of brats years ago. Tommy holds up his arm, revealing his Dino Thunder morpher. Dino Thunder, power up, hop! In a flash, Tommy becomes the Black Ranger. He stands his ground against Lothor. A fight breaks out. Lothor flies into the air, firing energy blasts at Tommy, who expertly dodges each one. Age hasn't slowed either of them down. Eventually, Lothor realizes he's evenly matched and slips away. Tommy demorphs and looks around. He needs help to stop him. Lothor finds the ruins of the old Ninja Storm HQ. He smiles, remembering how he destroyed it all those years ago. He goes on to find the Wind Ninja Academy. Empty right now, but he senses someone nearby. He turns, expecting to see one of the Ninja Storm Rangers, or maybe Tommy. Who he sees instead shocks him. A red armored form stares him down. Its chest is emblazoned with the Wind Ninja symbol. Lothor sneers, "I don't recognize you." The form says nothing, but suddenly charges him. Lothor defends himself. The red being is powerful. It matches each of his attacks. Suddenly, Lothor senses something. He turns to see the Green Samurai Ranger, his nephew Cam. "I see you're still up to no good, Uncle," Cam remarks. Lothor laughs. Cam looks past him at the red thing. "I see you've met our training Zord, NinjaCon. He's an impressive fighter, isn't he?" Cam faces Lothor defiantly. Lothor teleports away. He knows he's outnumbered and outmatched. Cam goes over to NinjaCon and asks it if it saw where Lothor came from. A familiar voice comes through it. Actually, two voices. Mara and Capri are revealed to be remote-controlling NinjaCon from safe inside a bunker. Cam calls up each Ninja Storm Ranger and tells them to meet at the academy. Lothor is hiding, trying to figure out how to recruit some henchmen. He hears something and turns, ready to attack. A strange cloaked figure approaches him. It's Broodwing. He tells Lothor that Emperor Grum wants to ally with him. Lothor doesn't trust Broodwing, but agrees. Back at SPD, Tommy walks in. He asks to see Kruger. Kruger comes in, telling Tommy what an honor it is to talk to a legend. Tommy informs Kruger of Lothor. Kruger nods. He's well aware of his history. The Rangers assemble, and Kruger orders them to follow Tommy's lead. Outside, some more old faces appear. It's the Dino Thunder Power Rangers. They're all adults now, and Tommy jokes with them. "You guys don't think you're too old for this, do you?" They reconnect, but their reunion is all too brief as Lothor begins an attack on the city, accompanied by Grum's forces. The Rangers all morph. SPD emergency, Dino Thunder, power up, ha! White Ranger, Dino Power! They go into battle with Lothor and his new allies. Tommy and Kruger team up against Lothor, but Lothor manages to match them blow for blow. They fight to a standstill, but then the Rangers receive reinforcements. All around, Crybots are suddenly struck down in flashes of shadow. Then above them on rooftops appear the Ninja Storm Rangers. They jump down to join the others. The bad guys have reinforcements too. Emperor Grum himself comes down, along with Morgana and several beastly monsters. Even with 3 teams of Rangers, the outcome doesn't look clear. Tommy looks to the Ninja Storm Rangers and gets an idea. I don't know for sure if he's here, but it can't hurt. Ninjor, we need your help. In the sky above, a cloud appears, and riding upon it is Ninjor. He jumps down and greets Tommy. It's been a while, old friend. I see we've got some evil to deal with. Evil makes me so angry. Ninjor leads a charge into the army of villains. The Rangers and their new ally defeat each threat until only Grum, Morgana, and Lothor are left. Grum looks at Lothor and spits. You're on your own. Good luck. He teleports away, laughing. Morgana just gives Lothor a rude look and follows Grum. The SPD Rangers step forward and use Judgment Mode on Lothor. He's found guilty of crimes against the Ninja Code and conspiracy to conquer Earth. Each of the teams assemble their power blasters and all fire at once, successfully weakening Lothor. Jack steps forward and throws a containment card at him, but he blocks it with a sword. Lothor stands up, wounded and beaten. You'll never capture me again, Power Rangers. Suddenly, the Rangers hear something. Galwit Misto Ranger! Another team appears with flowing capes. They wave their morphers, light emanates forth and traps Lothor. He begins to shrink and suddenly he's back in his jar. Cam walks over to it and picks it up. He thanks the Mystic Force Rangers, who nod in response and quickly rush away. The SPD Rangers put Lothor, still in the jar, in a containment card. Cam says he'll drop it back into the Abyss of Evil. Hopefully, Lothor is trapped for good this time. The Rangers all head to SPD along with Ninjor. Mara and Capri show up with NinjaCon. Ninjor compliments Cam on making such a handsome robot. The Rangers all banter about. Boom tells Kira he's a big fan of her music. Kira and Ethan say the SPD Rangers sure look familiar, but Connor isn't so sure. The Ninja Storm Rangers talk to Doggy about how their mentor wasn't exactly human either. Trent bonds with Hunter and Blake over being turned evil, and Tommy pops in and asks what they're talking about. Bridge, Dustin, and Ethan quickly become friends. Tommy talks with Connor. He's retiring from professional soccer to become a gym teacher. The Rangers all return to their homes after showing respect to the SPD Rangers. Tommy shakes Kruger's hand and tells him that with his team, the future is in good hands.